Literally, like, thought a little cute sit down on the floor video would be like cute, but like there's a mark on my wall which is annoying me, and now it can annoy you too. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Luke. Today I'm going to do a Q&A. It feels really like old school YouTube. I loved watching Q&As back in the day. So I'm so ugly. So I took to Twitter and Instagram to ask some questions. No, that's not how it works. I don't ask questions, you guys ask questions. Feel free to follow me at Lukeyread either on Twitter or Instagram. I will put up an Instagram story or tweet a tweet to say I'm doing a Q&A. So let's get to the questions. Instagram. My friend Simone has asked, what's your favourite not obvious book series? Interesting question to start with. I haven't planned this video very well, so I don't really have anything to hand. I'm not big on overly large book series because my attention span is far too small. Because series to me is more than 3, but I can't answer that question. I've got a lot that are just 2 that I quite like, which is Noah Can't Even and Noah Could Never. Really good, funny homosexual books. Again, homosexual books, Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda and Leo on the Offbeat are really good books. Favourite ones are Frozen Charlotte and Charlotte Says. Kind of horror books are really good. I loved both of them and read them very quickly. Next question comes from my brother saying, do you miss your brother? For those who don't know, my brother Mark has moved out. I don't miss him. No, I'm joking, I do miss him. We have quite a good sibling bond. I get to watch more telly. Now you're gone, Mark. But I do miss you. This question, do you prefer Clara with Capaldi or Smith? Just interested. I prefer Clara with Capaldi. I don't mind companions falling in love with the Doctor, but when the Doctor starts getting attracted to companions, I don't really like that trope. Smith was getting on that line where him and Clara were sort of starting to get very like flirty, and it just, I wasn't here for it. And then when she went to Capaldi and he sort of had that older presence anyway, the flirtiness doesn't work. But Peter and Jenna's chemistry is fire. But ultimately I prefer 12 with Bill as well. No shade to Clara Oswald. Ranking of companions' musical themes. The Evil Laughter is correct because that's very hard. And I've not really prepared this video, so haven't really thought about it. Although I was just giving Clara a load of shade, I do have to say that her companion theme is probably my favourite. Clara's is very cute and has a weird sort of Disney quality to it that I really like. I think Martha is a close second. Very beautiful, very underrated. And I think Donna's my least favourite just because it's more on the humorous side, whereas I kind of like the more magical, cute ones. What's been the scariest moment in your life? This question could get very deep, and I don't want the video to get deep. I went on Tower of Terror once at Disneyland and that was quite scary. Are you and voice crack, start again. Are you and Deepa going to react to Torchwood? I'm not going to say no because never say never, but I'm not going to say yes either. Right now, we struggle to find time for Doctor Who, let alone finding time for Torchwood, Sarah Jane, anything else. My friend Lucy, the little bitch, said, would you rather eat a boiled egg or lick someone's eyeball? For those who don't know, I have a phobia of eggs and I have a phobia of eyeballs. So, thanks Lucy. Moving on to Twitter, Deepa says, how much do you love Deepa? A lot. But then maybe not, because her next question is, would you rather let someone stick their fingers and move them around your eyes or drink someone else's saliva? And that's another thing I have. I don't like to share food, I don't like to share drinks because people's mouths freak me out. Elliot says, what are your top 3 favourite films of the past decade? I really should have prepared this video so much better. I was a big fan of The Dark Knight Rises. I loved Tom Hardy as Bane and I loved Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. Frozen springs to mind because I am a 7-year-old girl. Avengers Endgame, I think everybody adored that film. But I also love Force Awakens as well. Oh, and Deathly Hallows Part 2. See, this is too hard. I've got 5. What is the episode you have struggled the most to watch? And what would you like for the 60th anniversary? When you say struggled, I don't know if you mean bored. I rarely get bored in Doctor Who, it doesn't happen. I'm a lot more optimistic than other people. In the Forest of the Night is my bottom Doctor Who episode. What would you like for the 60th anniversary? I would quite like, one of my favourite Doctors is the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. We could get 9 and 13 together to be like northern gods. If not, 10th Doctor, 12th Doctor and 13th Doctor to take on their respected masters all at the same time. Have you seen much old Who? I haven't seen colossal amounts. I've seen a lot of Sylvester McCoy. How did you and Deepa first meet? Which is a really cute question. We went to primary school together, but we didn't meet until our 3rd year at primary school, which would make us 7. We were 7 years old, I think, when we met. And we've literally been friends ever since. It's a very relaxed friendship, and it kind of always has been. Do you plan on telling Deepa that Lady Christina returns just to mess with her? I wasn't, but now I might. Have you thought of doing some classic Who reactions with Deepa? I haven't thought about that yet. Fuck, marry, kill, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant and Matt Smith. Fuck Matt Smith. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would. No, I wouldn't. I'd marry Matt Smith. I'm attracted to Matt Smith. I'll leave it at that. What's the most enjoyable episode of Doctor Who you've reacted to with Deepa? I loved watching Blink with Deepa. She really didn't like Toby getting possessed in the Impossible Planet. When Halpin ripped his head off and became an Ood, her reaction was so good. Her reaction in Partners in Crime when Rose turned to face the camera was also so good. Top 10 sexiest people in Doctor Who. Again, no preparation in this video whatsoever. 11th Doctor, Mickey's hot, which I guess in turn means that Ricky is hot. Ryan is really attractive. Rory, I want to marry Rory so much. Ross from Unit, he's fit. I'm breaking the rules a little bit. If I can push the boat out to spin-offs, Clyde Langer is in there, Charlie, Ram, and Mateus from Class would make the 10. If that's not allowed, I'm really sorry. What's the best sandwich you've ever eaten? Unpopular opinion, please don't unsubscribe, but I'm not the biggest sandwich eater. I'm not the biggest fan of bread. Not the biggest fan of bread. One time I went to Subway and the woman behind the counter just got the ratio to meat, salad, cheese and sauce so perfect that when I ate this Subway, I like travelled somewhere. Top 5 seasons of New Who. Series 5 is my number 1. I love Series 1. The Bad Wolf arc is phenomenally written. Series 4 is my 3rd favourite. 10 and Donna are crazy good. Unpopular opinion, but my 4th favourite is Series 8. I just loved Peter bringing this new energy, and I adore Missy. And then my 5th favourite is Series 10. Again, I love Peter Capaldi, I love Missy, I love Bill, I love Nardole. So that's my top 5 seasons of New Who. Do you have any tips or specific ways to do things when it comes to writing, and will we ever see your creations? For those of you who don't know, I am a bit of a wannabe writer. I would love, and I'm planning on writing something for the channel, but I don't want to promise anything because plans will probably fall through and it probably won't ever happen. So hopefully you will get to see one of my creations, and if I ever do become a published author, hopefully you will see something. I have been writing a novel for like the last 7 years and I'm on like the 8th draft and I'm finding it very tedious and boring, but I feel like something's happening. Do you have any tips or specific ways to do things when it comes to writing? Not that I have any professional advice to give, but I think you need to, one, find what works for you. Like, I have weird little writing habits. I like to light a candle. I like to lock myself away in a room. I have more than one project on the go. So when it comes to getting writer's block, if you just skip to another project, it works better, and sometimes you're just at a loss with the current project. It's not that you have writer's block, it's not that you can't write anymore. It's that your headspace just isn't correct for that one, so maybe move on to that one. In that sort of instance as well, read books, watch something, read something that's going to inspire and get your creative juices flowing. But like I say, I'm hardly a professional, so take it if you want to take it, leave it if you want to leave it. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thanks for joining me. Follow my social media if you do want to ask me a question next time I do it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below and I will see you in my next video Bye, Felicia.